Good afternoon, Miss. And today we're going to present our second assignment, data visualization. And our group members are Kim Byung-woo, myself, Eric, and Phong Ting Chung. Next. And the introduction, okay. I'm going to start with the introduction. So world population has been affected the economic growth of a country. Numerous researchers suggest that economic growth in high-income countries is expected to be significantly slower in the years ahead, mostly because population growth in these countries are expected to slow considerably. Relationship between economic growth and population using statistics. Next.
So for the problem for our project is the relationship between population growth and the economic growth is significant. The historical data is linked between overall economic growth, and in the past the population grew slowly. It took nearly 7 centuries for the population to double from 0.25 billion in the mid-9th century to 0.5 billion in the 6th century. As the growth rate gradually moved in the 12th century, again it accelerates impressively in the middle of the 20th century. There are two significant influences between population growth rates and economic growth. Firstly, birth rate is the important aspect which affects the population changes, and it is the strongest determinant. As a country gets more developed, birth rates will fall. From the result, we will expect that as a economic improvement will cause population growth rates to reduce. Low population growth in high-income countries is likely to create social and economic problems, while high population growth in low-income countries may slow their development. International migration could help to adjust this imbalance, but it is opposed by many developed countries.
For the methodology, we use the 7 stage of methodology. First is acquire. Acquire is obtain the data whether from a file or disk or a source over a network. We use the Excel file from the Kaggle, and we cannot open using an Excel program. So we use the Tableau to open the raw data. Next. Second is parse. Parse provides some structure for the data's meaning and order it into categories. We use a tree map to categorize and see the percentage of each countries and each income, level of income and the region. So we can identify what we need and what we are not necessary to use. Next. Using a filter, filter is a remove all but the data of interest. From the chart we use it's showing a bar chart, but it's also showing types of regions. I mean the categorize the regions, and it shows in bar chart. Next. Mine is an apply method from statistics or data mining as a way to discern pattern or place the data in mathematical context. We use methodology showing a region, but this is a economic growth chart, but it's also using a same region and showing by area chart. Next. Now is a results representation. Troy will explain.
So the first chart is the pie chart. It focuses on the population and describe which region has the most population, which is described above. And the second one is the area chart. It analyzes the GDP of each country and determines which country has the highest economic growth or the lowest economic rate.
Okay, the next one will be the bar chart, is to filter and adjust the result of the economic growth. And the next one will be the tree map, is used to identify percentage of the population and economic growth.
And the next is this chart focus on the population and describing which region has the most population, which is describable. Next is line chart. Line chart analyzing GDP of each country and determine which country has the highest economic growth or the lowest economic growth. Next. Refine. Refine is filtering the data. So first we use we implement raw data into Tableau. As you can see in the picture, it just implemented. Next, and then we turn that raw data into a tree map, and it's also showing the size and the value of each countries, so we can see clear and identify what is important data. Next. And then after identify the important data, we clear all the unnecessary data and change it into a bar chart to see more clearly how the data contains and what value it contains. And so we can adjust a little bit more after turning to bar chart. Next.
So for Interact, we have used year, region, and level of income. Reason why we choose this data for interaction is to identify and find reasons for the relationship between change of population and the economic growth.
So for the conclusion, so case study, we have a total of 6 charts, but the 3 charts we use that focuses on describing the population, which is the pie chart, tree chart, and the list chart. And for the rest of the 3 other charts will be the bar chart, line chart, and area chart is used to analyze the GDP, which is the economic growth of a population. The chart that is used to visualize the population, which I just mentioned above, are correlated as it shows the population in the region. Just a different way of presenting it, and same goes to the representing economic growth in each region or country. Therefore, from the chart above, it relates to our objective and problems as it helps. We are using the charts given to analyze the population trend and economic growth of the region and determine whether it's slowing down or increasing the development in future. Thank you.